What's at your core? Learn more at AmeriCorps.gov.
Severe storms spawned at least one tornado during the weekend in one Kentucky county. And a big NASCAR race in Chicago is delayed by Sunday storms in that city.
Meanwhile, stormy weather takes a back seat for a little while as high pressure moves in. The very latest coming up as First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
The National Weather Service has confirmed a tornado caused some of the damage Sunday across Kentucky. An EF1 twister caused damage to a home in Casey County. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to a homeowner who says he's thankful for the warning that gave him and his family enough time to take cover.
Albert Buck serves on the local fire department, and he says when the tornado warning was issued yesterday, it didn't take long for him to know what kind of action that he needed to take. Minutes after the tornado warning was issued, Albert Buck says he saw the porch furniture get carried away, then heard the roof ripping off his home. He said his wife and kids were already in the safe room in the basement, and that's quickly where he headed. Monday, the National Weather Service confirmed this was an EF1 tornado with winds of about 105 miles per hour. There was no major damage to any of his neighbors. It's almost as if his house was chosen by the tornado because of the destruction. But instead of being angry, questioning why did this happen to us, Buck says he's simply thankful, grateful no one was hurt.
I never thought that, to be honest. I mean, we've got church camp this week, and me and my wife, which my wife and kids went ahead and left this morning for it. I'll be going down and join them a little later and in the week, and it was the devil trying to get at us, and God's got us. It'll be all right.
The Casey County Emergency Management Director tells me this is pretty much it for the extent of the structural damage in the entire county of Casey County. The very good news, no one was hurt. In Casey County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
The homeowner says they did have insurance to cover the losses and says it will be a while before the home can be lived in again. A community in Letcher County makes it their mission to show veterans they are appreciated. Bob Banks is just one of the Isom residents who helps line Highway 7 with little American flags, a tradition started by his neighbor Veda in 2021. He and his neighbors do this for Memorial Day, the 4th of July, and Veterans Day.
I think she started in 2021. She put a bunch of flags on both sides of the road. And then I seen it, and I followed suit. And this little area is called Between the Twin Bridges.
A couple days after the 4th of July, Banks will go out and collect all the flags he put out. We'll have more on this tradition coming up tonight at 6.
Well, for most, it's been a nice day outside today. Now, we have seen some showers and thunderstorms push through, but those are continuing to push on out of the region. Here's the view from Buffalo Mountain here in Perry County. Low 80s with just fair weather clouds out there right now. We'll continue to see just fair weather clouds as we head out to London Corbin Airport. It's warmer out there, low to mid 80s out that way. And we're not done there. Low to mid 80s in many spots, upper 80s. Jacksboro's at 88, Middlesboro's at 88, Harlan is at 88. And factor in the dew point, this feels like temperatures are in the low to even close to the middle 90s, so it is going to feel a little warm and humid as we head through the next couple of days. You see, for the most part, our showers and storms moving out. We'll zoom into just one spot, dealing with a couple there into the Big Sandy and moving east to downtown Paintsville now. One moving, that'll be moving toward Inez there into parts of Martin County over the next little bit, and another on the Wayne and Mingo County line, even pushing towards far western portions of Logan County. There we go. In any case, we'll continue to see things calm down as we head through the nighttime hours. Your forecast first, maybe you want to go ahead and get a little practice in as we head toward tomorrow into the low to mid 80s as you head out to the grill out there tonight. Steve, I'll have the very latest on that fireworks forecast tomorrow night in just a few minutes.
All right, Evan, thank you. The start of NASCAR's Grant Park 220 street race Sunday had to be delayed after heavy rain soaked the Windy City yesterday. Sharda, Gray, 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 Sharda,
Welcome to Chicago.
An unwelcoming wet Sunday around the Chicagoland area as buckets of rain poured into the city. The National Weather Service alert says at least 1 to 3 inches of rain came down within 90 minutes. Drivers are warned of flooded viaducts and are advised to either proceed with caution or to avoid them altogether so they don't get stuck. Drivers are feeling the impact of the flash flood warning. Parts of the Stevenson Expressway were closed due to the early flooding. Illinois State Police say I-55 was shut down in both directions near Pulaski Road. This is video you'll only see on 2. Several cars were at a standstill. Troopers say at least 10 cars were trapped in the flooded waters. You can see several people deserting their cars as the rain continued to pour. Crews cleaned off debris from the outbound ramp on I-55 after water receded and cars remained stalled. All lanes on I-290 westbound ramp are shut down due to flooding. Frustrations from an IDOT worker as some cars tried to go around the flare sticks, warning people to stay away. Twitter video shows a semi-truck nearly knee-deep in flooded water going through a viaduct. The National Weather Service alert said this is a life-threatening situation and to limit travel.
Hopefully things have improved up there. NASCAR's Grant Park 220 finally got started after a more than 90-minute delay. Firefighters continue to work around the clock to extinguish Canadian wildfires that have been sending curtains of haze on broad swaths of that country and the neighboring United States for weeks, and we know that all too well from around here. Canadian officials say this is the nation's worst wildfire season ever. They expect air quality to remain a concern through the summer as long as those fires continue.
Fire behavior itself, due to I would call kind of a systemic drought from coming out of 2022 and into 2023, we received fairly little moisture or nominal moisture in the wintertime. And we seem to see extremely or above average warm temperatures here this spring.
Leaders in Canada say there are 490 fires burning nationally. Quebec's Forest Fire Prevention Agency is reporting 110 active fires. In Oregon, a wildfire burning in one county has prompted evacuations there. Jeffrey Lindblom has more.
I was at home packing and I looked out my window and saw a big flume.
When she saw what you're seeing from her nearby home, Angie Shelton called her daughter, Jaden, who then called the Skamania County Sheriff's non-emergency line and learned her mom had to get out of there, and fast.
My stomach hurts.
Angie says she's lost a home to a fire in the past and grabbed the things that count, but had to leave some things behind.
Just knowing that she got out safe and everything else can be replaced. I love you.
The fire drew onlookers, some reminded of fires in the past.
Unfortunately, it's same thing, another year. That's what we have every year, seems like.
Crews say the flames have already taken out some structures and are threatening nearby homes.
Definitely a community of people up there, so it'll be really sad to see, if houses do go.
Some in the thick of the flames had firefighters knocking at their doors, telling them to get out, while others got phone calls.
Immediate evacuation for your area. Wildfire is continuing to spread.
Authorities are directing those affected to the Skamania County Fairgrounds where the Red Cross is set up and ready to help evacuees.
If you're out there and you need shelter from this fire, we're welcome to have you.
Rafael Rodriguez and his family are some of the people seeking shelter. He says he was at work when his in-laws were greeted by firefighters at their front door due to the approaching flames.
Which was like right next to our house, so they rushed everyone out and they were in a hurry, kind of yelling, like not really giving them an option, because it's a fire,
When he got off work, he had nowhere to go. He says he never thought he and his family would wind up in this position. Says he's in shock. Feels like this is just one thing after another.
Last month I lost my mom, so now this going on, it feels like, I just can't catch a break, you kind of feel it, just bam, get smacked in the face again, so it's tough. It's tough.
Through these tough times, he's happy that he can lean on his family, who he says, despite the uncertainty, is full of laughs.
It's a struggle, it's a challenge, but life without challenges is easy, but you really won't do much, you know. As long as I got my wife and them, you know, everything will be all right.
Coming up on First at 4, the CEO of a major airline issues an apology.
And finally, some calmer weather heads our way after another stormy weekend. The latest, though, on when a couple of scattered storms could return in a few minutes.
WYMT News app offers alerts